What's up, guys? Welcome to Ride the Coffee Bean.
Today we are in Copenhagen for the World of Coffee.
Ride the Coffee Bean is here.
This is one of the biggest trade shows with coffee in the world. And here you can find all kinds of different things. Behind me here, for example, you see the World Roasting Championship in full swing.
So there's a lot of things happening at the same time. It's difficult to see exactly everything, but in this video we want to show you an overview of the highlights or the most interesting things you can find here, and some of them. Yeah.
We can't show you everything, unfortunately, but there are a lot of new things and some quirky things and
some interesting people
to talk to. So let's go
and see what we can learn.
This year, the World Championship of Latte Art, Coffee in Good Spirits, Ibrik,
And alkalinity sources with 150 ppm.
and coffee roasting were held here, and watching some of the best people in the world compete is an interesting and fun experience. People come here for lots of different reasons. Some come to show off their products and brands, some come to attend workshops and learn, and some, of course, just come to hang out, meet people and taste some great coffee. We came to learn a bit more about some of the products that are on the market and see if there was anything new and interesting.
I have worked behind a coffee bar for more than a decade, and I have used many different espresso machines, so I was curious to see what is out there.
Tremo is quite a new brand in the market. 25 years ago, it was born as a brand, making traditional heat exchanger machines overall. Then, starting from 2013, joined the current R&D manager, Daniel Lopez, with a great experience in high-level coffee machines, and they made the Opera. The Opera was a machine completely new for the technology used, for the materials, for the stainless steel, for the pressure profiling, with a tablet with Bluetooth connection to make all the profiles was mind-blowing.
Victoria Arduino is of course a very traditional Italian brand. We have the Eagle Tempo, the Black Eagle Maverick and the Eagle One. Of user friendliness, I think Victoria Arduino hits the mark quite good. It's very intuitive in the menus, it's quite nice flow, and I also think that design-wise they are way beyond everyone else. The machines are so beautiful, and that's feedback from customers as well. They love to have them on the counter.
Roncilio is a company that in 3 years we have 100 years of history, and we produce only coffee machines, and we are so excited to introduce our technologies. For us, it's share our knowledge. It's so important, and it's so important to take part with the community to increase the level of our coffee. We take care about the important thing. Then the machine is the instrument to have a very nice beverage that it's coffee, because coffee deserves that. The fact is to create a tool that the barista could be confident and to use it also in terms of ergonomics, in a way I'm talking with you, but at the same time I could manage the extraction. The question is to have more time in contact with the customers and not to manage a lot of moments of the different steps to prepare a good cup of coffee.
Slayer is very focused on the experience from the side of a customer, over the counter, a little bit lower profile. From a barista's standpoint, easy bar workflow and plenty of real estate on the drip trays. And also from a technical perspective, easy to get into the machines so that your service calls are shorter, faster, more pleasant. This is the new Slayer Steam Single. It's sort of a small version, a portable version of the Slayer Steam series. So on the Slayer Steam series, we have two models, the Slayer Steam LP and the Slayer Steam EP. and we kind of borrow this language from music. So the EP has less songs on it, LP has more songs on it. This is the Steam LP. And as I mentioned, it's a little more feature rich. So we have, 2 different display screens. Our Steam EP just has one. And this has the actuator handles that you noticed on the Steam single. And so this is where you see it from the customer angle. And you can see it's a really sleek, low profile design. These wings here are designed to actually cut 2 holes in the counter. So you cut one alongside each edge of the wing, and then all of your tubing and cords are hidden. Just a really beautiful, clean design on the bar. And so that's kind of what this design is all about.
There were also quite a few espresso machines designed for home use.
So we have manual machines. We also have the lever machines that we have been manufacturing since 1961. The Europiccola that many have. And then we have the Diamantina. We have the Casa Bar, which is a single boiler machine. For this one, it's called the Cellini Classic.
Well, Electra has always been recognized for the design, attention to detail. We have 2 units here for prosumers. They're called Verve and Verve Mini. They're both dual boiler machine. One can be also connected to the main line. The other just have the internal tank. You can control everything with an app.
Coffee and camping go well together, and we found some interesting gadgets that make it easy to bring great coffee outside.
Got it. So, all right. This is a powerful coffee maker based on espresso capsule. Enjoy. Press inside, ups and down, screw it on the machine. We can put no matter how cold or hot water inside. It's got a battery and rechargeable by the USB-C. Yeah. And double press the button. And then you can get a fresh cup of coffee outdoor. It's very easy to carry on and very light. And it can self-heating the water. I will try.
Well, this one is the big one, big news. It's coming out right now. And is a metal insulated version of the travel version. You have the filter here on the bottom.
Brilliant.
Then you can prepare your AeroPress.
Paper format.
And it all fits inside.
It all fits inside.
So long as complaint about the freeze mount
like this.
Nanopresso, when you purchase it like that, it's for ground coffee, but then it's evolutive. So you can place an accessory in this area, and then you will be able to use the capsules. But basically what we like to promote is really to extend the coffee experience that you have at home, but outdoor, outside of home. That could be in van life, camping, hiking. So basically on one side you place hot water, because there is no battery, so you need to put hot water. And here you place the coffee. Once everything is set up, you release the piston and you pump to build up the pressure.
You need to keep pumping until it's
You can either empty the water tank or stop before if you prefer to have it short. Then of course you have to choose your own coffee, the one that fits your taste.
So this is the new Mina. It's meant for traveling, especially on distance travels where you have hot water source, or if you go camping, if you want. So you have a classic design with the lever and the portafilter. You have a water capacity of 60 milliliters. It can be folded down, then you can put it in the case. It comes with the Q temper and even a drip tray, and everything is on top of here, where also the user manual is found.
The espresso machine is important, but maybe even more important is the grinder.
Comandante was born out of the idea of offering top-level grind performance to get the best out of a coffee, but for home users in a nice, portable, simple-to-manage format. The C40 grinder is our golden standard manual coffee grinder, our flagship model. Long story short, the burr inside here is super special. We developed it and produced it ourselves using a special steel. So C60 is this one here. The main difference with C60 is the burr. So if you look at the difference between the C40 and the C60 next to each other, the C40, the nitro blade burr is a 30mm burr cone, and with Barracuda it's 36mm the cone. The challenge we set ourselves with the C60 is to create a burr first, a larger burr, which is going to give you more beans ground per turn, so a higher throughput. Do we tell everyone, hey, you have to have this one, not the C40? No. This is our golden standard of what a hand grinder should be for sort of general use. this is definitely like a special use case. People who are traveling doing cuppings, they need to make sure that if you're traveling to do a cupping somewhere and you're not sure what equipment is available, then you can take your grinder with you.
Now we just launched it. We participated with it at the best new product this year. You can change the dial. You can make from Iberic to anything you want. Iberic, espresso. We are a roastery, and now we launch this grinder.
First and foremost, this is a full metal grinder, stainless steel. What you see is not paint, so it's only heat used.
So basically, is the first grinder Sonoma made. A very complex project. We take 7 years to finalize the project, and it's a single dose grinder to basically grind every time fresh coffee. But we reverse the approach and we weight the coffee beans on top. So you can set your own dose in coffee beans, 18 grams. Keeping the grinder empty, you have the chance to play with two different hoppers, right hoppers and left hoppers for completely different coffees. You can select different doses, or you can simply press over there and upload quickly a recipe to run up with a new coffees. So I take all the information from a new recipe and create a new one. So you have the same coffee, simply press over there, click the recipe, that's it, ready to go. So very, very easy.
Then we have also the grinder together with the machine in white. So this is a 55mm burr, flat burr grinder with 300 grams of beans container. It's just plug and play grinder, super silent for home division use. To the left of me we have another grinder. Cilindro, you have the same flat burr as in this one, covered in this beautiful stainless steel body with LCD display, so you can preset settings and it will count the seconds for you in relation to grams.
I have also roasted coffee for many years on a Dietrich IR12, but I know there are many other roasting machines out there too, and I was curious to learn more about them.
So my name is Evren, I'm the sales manager of the Beska roasters, only focusing on the specialty coffee roasting machines, starting from the half kg up to from 240 kg. This is actually the newest design that we changed our previous models, that we increased the drum value, and also we changed the cast iron. So we are just now making the full cast iron in the front side, and this allows us to increase the isolation of the machine. The algorithm is focusing on the temperature, because when you make the roast, there are too many constraints on the effect on the roast, like the weather, the atmosphere, even the machine's thermal heating is changing when you make the roast over and over again. And our machine is following the temperature regarding to when you make the profile, and even the machine's temperature changing, the machine is adapted because of it's following the bean.
So we actually came out with the R2 Pro, and then we also had the new cooling tray out. The old cooling tray, it was kind of like a bit small if you're going to do production roast. But right now we also have the stirring tray, which actually helps cool down the beans and then eliminates the chaff problem. And the other cool thing about the R2 Pro is actually that we have a airflow sensor right over on top of the hopper, which basically it regulates the air pressure within the roaster, and that actually helps with the roasting because you're able to replicate the profiles much more than before. We developed our own software. It's called Roast Time. You can record a whole lot of profiles in it. There's no limitation to it. And then what you need to do is basically the roaster will preheat based on the profile that you're using, right? And then you would only need to pour the green beans into the roaster and it'll start roasting on itself. So it's kind of like in cooperation with the roasting software, it becomes a semi-automatic machine.
Over here we have the 1, the 5 and the 15 kilo roaster. And the special thing about our roaster is you can control the whole roaster by iPad. We have a weighing system in our cooling tray. After roasting, it cools down, it stops on the temperature, and then goes back to Tara, and then you can weigh down your coffee. And the most important thing is we also have a system that we can use the hot air, the clean hot air, and we bring it back to the burner. So it saves maybe between the 5 and the 10% of gas, but everything what can help, it helps. It's a new generation roaster, that is how we call it.
What I've got in front of me here is the Pro 50. It's a 50-gram sample roaster. It gives a huge amount of versatility from roasters all the way up to importers, the smallest startup roasteries up to the biggest businesses in the world. So we've been able to create something which is digitally precise, really consistent batch to batch because of it being digital, but also really easy to use and very approachable. It's very portable, so people can travel. You can travel to Origin, have this as hand luggage, and move around. You've got a library of profiles that you can choose from. You've got exhaust here. You don't need to have any attachments. You can really roast wherever you are. It's just simply done through a normal plug, so you can be in your house, or you could be in your lab, or you could be traveling to other people's businesses to be able to take your lab with you. So this is the 50-gram roaster. Over here, this is the Pro 100X. It does everything which I've just described, but there's some additional features. We've included a humidity sensor in it, and that is tracking moisture release through the roast. What that is able to do is mark first crack based on moisture release. From this, you're going to be able to learn more about the coffees that you're working with than you've ever been able to do before.
Sustainability and packaging are also important aspects of the coffee industry.
Actually, we are the first and the biggest of coffee composite packaging supply in China. So at the beginning, 7 or 8 years, no guys make this, and we found the materials and then laminated. Whatever for the zip and the valve, everything is composable, you know. So this is unique.
You invent the...
Yes. Invent the valve, the zip, the whole coffee packaging. Actually, the process is the same as a plastic, just is the material is very special. Difference is composable is completely different from the plastic. Yeah.
One of the areas at the World of Coffee is called the Roasters Village. And this is where you can find coffee roasters from all over the world and taste some amazing coffees.
Coffee from Vietnam.
Estoy seguro. So there's an anaerobic natural.
It's sweet, very sweet.
There's a Pinot Noir note. I would say this coffee, from what I remember, is really balanced.
Muy bien.
¿Sí? ¿Te gusta?
Sí.
Genial. Me alegra que te guste, amigo. Eso es bueno.
Sí.
Me inspira para seguir trabajando. Bueno, yo soy Jimmy Rojas, soy productor de café de Moyobamba, Perú. Y estamos cultivando diferentes variedades como Nacional, Caturras, Paches, e introduciendo el Borbón Rosado actualmente y trabajando con fermentaciones prolongadas. Ya estamos trabajando fermentaciones anaeróbicas prolongadas. Ya, mi finca la iniciamos hace muchos años, fueron mis abuelos los que lo iniciaron y ya mi padre lo continuó y ahora yo estoy trabajando ya con los procesos diferentes, sí, muchos años atrás, antes del año 2000, sí. Generalmente los productores en Perú son como productores que se dedican nada más a sembrar el café y esperan que cosechar café bueno. Pero pues para mejorar nuestra calidad nosotros tenemos que trabajar para mejorar la calidad de café en taza, como fermentaciones, hacer honeys anaeróbicos, naturales, etcétera, ¿no? Entonces hay que darle un manejo más a un solo sembrar y cosechar, ¿no? Hay que agregarle más trabajo a esto. Y también la introducción de nuevas variedades que tienen perfiles diferentes en taza. El clima va cambiando, ¿no? El año pasado, en la época de floración, hemos tenido bastante calor. Generalmente nosotros tenemos lluvias y al día siguiente la finca amanece todo con flor. Pero el año pasado ha habido poquísima lluvia, entonces la floración de la finca ha venido con verano. Muchas de las flores no han cuajado, entonces la producción ha disminuido un poquito con respecto al año anterior. Y el tema del calor también ha traído consigo el aumento de la broca, que es una plaga que ataca mucho al café. Entonces tenemos bastante café con broca, lo que ha hecho también que el rendimiento físico disminuya un poco.
¿Toda tu producción es orgánico?
Digamos que sí, pero el término orgánico para usarlo generalmente necesitamos de un documento formal de una empresa que acredite tú eres orgánico, ¿no? Entonces, y acá está mi documento. Entonces, si no hacemos todo el manejo orgánico, pero nos falta el documento, somos una empresa, una finca pequeña que nos dedicamos a producir especiales y bueno, el tema orgánico, tener ese papel es costoso para nosotros, ¿ya? Pero si tú tomas un café nuestro, tienes una muestra y pasas por los análisis necesarios en laboratorio, vas a ver que sí es orgánico.
And you can be pretty sure that there will always be a cupping going on.
These are all decaf?
So the idea of this one, yes, it's a decaf cupping, but you always have a matching pair. So this one is decaffeinated, and this one is the same coffee, but with caffeine.
Oh,
so
right.
This one is processed.
I see.
This one not.
There's a slight difference, but it's not very big.
We use 3 different processings at our plant. So it's a chemical compound, dichloromethane. Then we have water processing, as well as, and this is the main focus of our stand, is the liquid or the decaffeination with liquid carbon dioxide, short CO2.
Could you explain that process a little bit?
Yeah, the CO2 method is very selective to the green bean. So the CO2 is a gas which is all around, right? And we pressurize it at certain temperatures, and then we swell up the coffee bean to make it accessible for the liquid carbon dioxide to enter the bean and drag the caffeine out.
And how does that change the coffee?
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea of the cupping for today. Not that much. So the green coffee maintains its flavor characteristics, the profile, the differences in taste is compared to other methods the least. Yeah.
All in all, there was so many interesting people to meet who share the same passion for coffee. For many years, we have been following the YouTube channel European Coffee Trip. And we were lucky enough to run into Alice at the Cropster booth.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Kenneth.
Kenneth. You know, like we have the mobile app and we have the guides, and now we have the what we call European Coffee ECT business, which is the admin for the cafes to kind of manage their profiles and keep them updated. And we partner with the Cropster Cafe on that. So we took, usually last 2 years, we took the opportunity to be few slots here at the Cropster to just kind of like meet cafes and give them the stickers for the shop.
So do you work in coffee, or is it just the channel and the thing?
It's, I mean, I work in coffee through European Coffee Trip.
Yeah.
So this is our business, you know, since 2014. And I mean, obviously it was growing and like developing. It was not obvious how to turn it into the business straight away, but yeah, I think I'm doing it full time almost 10 years. So it's still surprising for many people. Like still many people are like, okay, so what do you do? Is it like side thing you do or main thing? But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm lucky. It's my full-time thing for quite a long time. Like the plan was, or thought was actually maybe work as a barista in a coffee shop, learn more about the coffee. But there were so few specialty coffee shops in Brno that there was, and they were such a tiny, so there were basically no, you know, barista jobs available. You know, so it's like, okay, it's a pity because I want to learn. So my way of learning was actually traveling and visiting cafes. And yeah, so as I was exploring what kind of project I can do, so eventually, and businesses eventually, so I got this idea for sort of European Coffee Trip, met my co-founder, and yeah, we tried for a few months, and then we said, yeah, it's really cool. I mean, we like it, people like it. Let's find out how we can get some money to sustain the both traveling and developing the platform, and kind of rest is the history. So yeah.
But so how did you get into coffee in the first place? Was it just you always liked coffee, or did you have like a specific interest?
I mean, I went from no drinking coffee to instant with milk with my ex-girlfriends, and just like it's very strong coffee with my parents. Like one kind of like one step was actually spending more time in Spain and Portugal, and there learning to drink like the like smaller and like the black coffee. That was step number one for me, and then kind of moving back to Czech Republic and starting to learn about something more like towards specialty coffee. But the kind of like really like the big moment was a workshop, a kind of specialty home brewing workshop with Prague-based coffee roaster called Double Shot. And that was my first experiences of having the Panama coffee that tasted and smelled like strawberry and yogurt and milk chocolate. It was like, okay, that's interesting. And it was just the start of the journey of exploring more and trying to get some equipment and grind and buy the beans.
Now, unfortunately, this event is coming to an end. People are starting to pack up. It's been 3 days of
very intense coffee activities.
Chaos, basically.
I've learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
All this equipment, all these interesting people we talked to. That was super interesting.
How? What has been your favorite thing here at the fair?
That's really hard. I love the espresso machines.
Yeah.
I love to learn about them. Yes.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as well. Maybe you learned something, saw some new interesting products.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Peace. If you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to hit the like button, click subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see what we end up doing next. We have a few other videos from this fair.
Yes.
So if you want to learn more about espresso machines or roasting machines or some other stuff.
Some other, with grinders.
Grinders, yeah. Then you can check out our other videos.
Yeah, we have some more detailed videos coming.